Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Lina and this is your COVID update. Today a message to those of us who call ourselves Christians, followers of Jesus Christ. It is a message to the church, to be the church, the hands and feet of Jesus. I took care of a woman today in her 60s. She has a history of COPD and emphysema. Takes care alone of her 7-year-old grandson. Don't know the circumstances of that, but I could clearly tell in the first minute of talking to her that she couldn't breathe very well. She'd had this problem for a week. I asked her, why haven't you seen anybody? She said, I tried. I called my doctor and the urgent care. They wouldn't see me because of my 7-year-old grandson. They said I couldn't bring him with me, but I had nowhere to take him. I said, well, what about your neighbors and your community? She says, I checked and they were afraid of the virus. I said, what about your church? And she said, they were afraid of the virus too. They wouldn't help watch my child so that I could go to the hospital. By then she was quite clearly winded, and by God's grace we found out that she had a husband who's a truck driver who that night in about 6 hours would be rolling in. And so I prayed that God would protect her until then so that he would then watch the grandson and she would make it to the emergency room. I don't know what will happen to her. I might never speak to her again, but this is an opportunity for us, church, to remember that this is our chance to be the hands and feet of Jesus. If you're wondering how do you make a difference in this COVID crisis, you might not be able to wear a PPE and put on a mask and go to the ER and help those in need, but you can find that woman with that grandson in your neighborhood, in your community, in your churches. They're on your streets, they're in your neighborhoods. Find them. Do what the church in Macedonia did. In 2 Corinthians 8, we're told that in a severe test of affliction, it was their abundance of joy and extreme poverty overflowed in a wealth of generosity. They helped financially, they helped spiritually, they helped in every way. And this is your chance, church, to make a difference, to show that in the midst of chaos, we have the peace of Christ. We have the protection of the Lord. Yeah, we don't want to throw ourselves in front of a moving truck, but when we find that woman who is desperate, who needs the help of the church, this is our chance to step in and do what is loving, do what is Christ-like, and to show the world what it means to be a Christian. Hey, I love you guys. These are challenging times. If you're like me and maybe you're still working through this crisis, maybe you have a little bit of cushion saved financially, this is our chance to help those in the church, to help those in our neighborhood who need it. Look for those businesses who you can spot, who you can help, who you can go out of your way to do what doesn't make sense humanly, but is just like Jesus. This is our chance to be the hands and feet of Jesus. Won't you do it today? I love you guys. I'm praying with you. Let us open our eyes and open our hearts to be all that God wants us to be in this crisis.